2025 was a bit of a slower year for new cozy game releases, but everything is about to change because 2026 is packed with exciting new titles that you won't want to miss. Hello friends, Sarah Sunstone here, and welcome back to Cherry on Top. In today's episode, I'll be counting down my 10 most anticipated cozy game releases for 2026, alongside some honorable mentions, so be sure to stick around until the end of the video for the full list of games. I really mean it when I say that 2026 is a stacked year for game releases in general, but also especially for cozy games. So please shine the lovely like button if you're excited for the year of gaming ahead, and make sure to subscribe to my channel with your notifications on so you don't miss out on what's to come. Otherwise, without any further ado, let's get right into it. Coming in at number 10 is Townseek, a relaxing exploration trading adventure where you take to the skies in your very own customizable airship. As you can see, the world is incredibly colorful and vibrant and all completely hand-drawn, just brimming with unique things to look at, landmarks, details to discover across a series of different biomes. This includes forests, icebergs, sweeping deserts, volcanoes, even the depths of the ocean itself. And as you travel from region to region, you'll uncover secrets and curiosities waiting to be found. You'll also encounter a cast of quirky inhabitants. One of your main objectives is to trade goods for profit, but you'll also be taking on quests to build your reputation and unlock a bunch of different upgrades alongside some cosmetic rewards. There's also tons of fun little activities to enjoy around the world, from fishing, mining, and hunting for buried treasure, to growing fruit, snapping photos, and befriending adorable companions, some of which are actually exciting crossovers. You'll probably see some familiar faces here. This game also might be something of a completionist dream, because a big part of the gameplay loop will involve reassembling a journal that's been entrusted to you as you follow in the footsteps of a character named Sir Reginald Sharkingston. You'll work to fill the journal's pages with your own discoveries, compiling item collections, and recording memories of an unforgettable voyage all along the way. From what I've experienced of the gameplay in previous demos, the open-ended nature of the game allows for a nice pick-up-and-play sort of experience, with a lot of freedom to do what you'd like, and a vibe that's perfect for kicking back and relaxing. Sort of a brain-off type of game. Everything is also designed in such a tactile way that makes engaging with the world super fun and satisfying. I've been long awaiting this release, so I'm really excited that 2026 is the year. Townseek will be releasing sometime in the spring on PC and consoles. Next, at number 9 is Hosey, a cozy renovation and cleaning game where you're tasked with a variety of super satisfying home makeover projects to complete totally at your own pace. I absolutely love the process of fixing up and decorating each space. You'll start out by cleaning up, so mopping the floor, washing the windows, picking up trash, and then you'll go on to spruce up the place with some new paint, wallpaper, maybe even some fresh floorboards. And then you'll start unboxing curated collections of furniture and decor, which you can decorate with all to your liking without experiencing that catalog overwhelm. I also love how you're presented with a variety of different types of rooms, each offering unique aesthetics and sometimes challenges. Like, for example, trying to furnish a super tiny apartment where everything just barely fits, or unpacking your living room in the midst of a power outage, so you have to figure out how to navigate the space and how to get the lights on. I absolutely love the visual presentation of this game. It just looks so polished and detailed, from the way the light beams in through the windows to how the little packing peanuts scatter when you pull items from the boxes. There's so much to appreciate, and overall, playing the game is just a very tactile and rewarding experience. The design mechanics are also excellent. I mean, the game wouldn't be on this list if they weren't. I've been able to enjoy quite a bit of the game's playtest, so I'll be sure to link some gameplay down in the description for your reference, but you can freely move, rotate, and place items gridlessly. You can also layer rugs with furniture, you can hang decor from the walls, and also place stuff on stuff, so you have lots of flexibility with placement to bring your designs to life. Not to mention, so many of the items offer charming interactions and effects, so when you play, make sure you click on everything just to see if it does something, because it might. Every time I've played Hosey, I just want more, so I can't wait for it to release for PC and Mac via Steam sometime this year. Let's hope sooner rather than later. Then at number 8 is Lost and Found Co., which is what I believe will be the ultimate hidden object game, where you'll join Ducky, a duck-turned-human intern, at a magical startup dedicated to finding lost items for the quirky locals. I honestly didn't even know that I could possibly be this excited for a hidden object game. I mean, I loved Where's Waldo books as a kid, but this just takes it to the next level. The environments are so incredibly detailed, colorful, and whimsical. They are full of so much to look at. Like, this game is the definition of music to my eyes, and from my experience with the demo, so much beyond the items you're actually looking to find is also animated and interactive. So you can have so much fun spending hours honestly just admiring the details and clicking on all sorts of things to see what might happen if you do. Of course, the main gameplay loop does involve finding lost items and returning them to their rightful owners, but there are also bonus challenge levels if you want more, alongside optional objectives, and of course those secrets and Easter eggs around every corner. And more recently, the team has also shared that there will be your own office space that you can decorate and customize, which serves as your own little cozy home base. So even more content here to get into. There is a demo available to try on Steam if you'd like to get a sample ahead of the release, but luckily we won't have to wait long because we finally have a release date. Lost and Found Co. will be releasing on February 11th for PC via Steam. Coming in at number 7 is My Time at Evershine, an open-world simulation RPG from the creators of My Time at Portia and My Time at Sandrock. This third entry in the My Time series takes place years after the events of the previous games, in what's described as a wholesome post-apocalyptic world where you'll customize your character and play as the governor of the Evershine settlement. This role will involve building up the settlement's infrastructure, recruiting the right settlers, and taming the wilds. In terms of town building, you'll be able to choose from prefab options, or you can construct homes piece by piece, with the local residents helping out to accomplish all that you set out to. Romance will also be an option, with 10 eligible partners to choose from. However, you will meet over 20 unique characters total, each with their own personalities and ready to be part of your settlement. The developers have also promised lots of seasonal events and mini-games to enjoy, along with a variety of side quests to complete that help fill out the world with plenty to do. My Time at Evershine will also offer co-op for the game's story, so you can play from the very beginning with up to 3 other players. I really love the new art direction for the character models in Evershine specifically, especially since this was actually the main factor that put me off from playing more of Sandrock. It also seems like voice acting will make a return, which I hope is true because I absolutely love that aspect of Sandrock, and I personally think more cozy games need voice acting. Overall, this game just looks like it's gonna have a lot to offer, and I'm really hoping that this will be the My Time game that finally captivates me. While we don't have an official release date for My Time at Evershine just yet, it is set to release sometime this year, initially for PC via Steam, with PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and it seems Nintendo Switch 2 releases to follow. Next, at number 6 is Loftia, a cozy MMO where you collaborate with others to build a brighter, more sustainable future. This game appears to be very ambitious and therefore offers a ton of features, many of which are focused on community and sustainability. For example, you can customize your own personal floating island, but then join up with others to form neighborhoods, where you can decorate, farm, craft, and hang out together. You can also embark on group quests, from scavenging for resources in deserted factories to venturing across the Sky Islands. You'll work together to solve puzzles through a variety of different biomes. One of my favorite features included in Loftia is how you'll be able to turn trash into treasure by repurposing discarded materials into valued equipment. For example, you could upcycle an old tire into a flower planter or craft unique furniture from reclaimed wood. Farming in Loftia will also be different because it will employ sustainable farming techniques like hydroponics, aquaponics, and trellis farming. You'll even craft your own tools using renewable energy that's generated from sources such as the sun, wind, and rain. The game will also offer lots of customization, from a character that reflects your individuality to your home designed to match your favorite aesthetic. And once again, the theme of sustainability appears because you'll also be able to craft organic paints and dyes to color your items. Plus, even if you spend time playing on your own, you'll never be alone, because you'll also be able to rescue and adopt animal companions to accompany you on your adventures, from capybaras and turtles to endangered species and more. And yes, you can also dress them up in adorable outfits if you'd like. And believe it or not, this is still just scratching the surface of what the game is said to offer, but the thoughtfulness of the game's design and unique ideas it proposes honestly just makes my heart so happy. I really hope this one will live up to expectations because it has so much potential. Loftia will be releasing sometime this year, though exactly when we don't yet know. We do know that the game will support Steam for both PC and Mac, plus the Nintendo Switch, with plans to also support additional platforms, including Steam Deck and other consoles beyond the initial release. Then at number 5 is Anemo, a next-gen creature-catching open-world RPG where you'll get to explore the vast continent of Idle and discover the unique Anemo that inhabit it. However, in Anemo, you actually get to twine with the creatures you catch to unlock a variety of different abilities, impacting the way you actually interact with the world, solve puzzles, engage in battles, and more. This means that in many ways, you essentially become that Anemo and take control of them, using their skills to your benefit and exploring from a new perspective. This was easily one of my favorite standout features of the game that I experienced in my time with the closed beta, alongside the super unexpected but very impressive character creation and customization system. So if you're interested in seeing more, I'll have some more of my content linked in the description for you to check out. And there are so many different types of Anemo to collect because special types will appear based on the environment, the weather, other phenomena, and just time of day. Most of them can also evolve. There's so many variants to collect. The open world is also full of things to discover, including elemental puzzles, minigames, battles, races, and collectibles, just to name a few features. You can even find Anemo eggs that you can hatch, which was so fun and exciting to discover what new Anemo you might unlock when doing so. And on top of all of this and more, each Pathfinder will have their own personal RV, which you can park at campsites to meet other players or bring back to your homeland where you can plant crops, build decorations, and freely arrange your space with Anemo to create your own interactive, immersive paradise. And I do want to mention that you can enjoy Anemo solo or in multiplayer. The choice is yours. Although this might be somewhat up for debate as whether or not it's a cozy game, since there is combat involved, I personally am going to approach the game in a relaxed way. So I'm so excited to discover all the adorable Anemo, explore the beautiful world, and see what else the game has to offer when it releases sometime this year for PC via Steam and the game's native launcher, plus mobile and Xbox Series X and S. Coming in at number 4 is Moonlight Peaks, a farming and life simulation game, except you're a vampire. Experience a supernatural life in the magical town of Moonlight Peaks, where you set out to prove to your father, Count Dracula, that a life of compassion is possible, even for the undead. At your home base, you'll tend to a farm filled with magical crops and glowing flowers with your bewitched tools, which will provide plenty of ingredients for making enchanted foods. There are also some pretty unique ranch animals that you can care for that definitely fit the spooky vibes but are still very adorable in their own way. And you can customize your farmland and home, both inside and out, to your heart's content. You will notice that if you've seen me play the demo, which again I'll link in the description, that in Moonlight Peaks you'll actually need to go to sleep every morning and then start your night off in the evening because you're a vampire. So this offers a really unique spin to what we come to expect for the day-night cycle in these types of games. In this game, you can also customize your own chibi character in appearance, but you can also unlock powerful vampiric abilities as you progress in the game, which will allow you to take on the characteristics of your immortal ancestors, like heightened senses and even full-on shape-shifting. Potion making and spellcasting are also essential parts of everyday life in Moonlight Peaks, so you'll need to stock up on ingredients and work to perfect your craft. You'll also have the option to step into the supernatural dating scene and choose from a diverse dating pool with all sorts of characters from werewolves to humans. Moonlight Peaks will also feature seasonal events and a series of fun minigames like pottery making, flower arranging, violin playing, and mastering Nocturna, which is a fun-looking local card game. I've loved everything I've experienced of the game so far, and I can't wait to dive into this one sometime this year. Although we don't have a planned release date just yet, I'm crossing my fingers for a spooky season release because I think that would just be perfect. So we'll have to wait and see, but it is confirmed that Moonlight Peaks is releasing for PC via Steam, with plans for console releases to follow. Next, at number 3 is Animula Nook, a life simulation game set in a cozy miniature world. You'll be able to customize your own character called a Wish Weaver and step into the world of minis, with whom you can grow relationships by exchanging gifts, creating memories, and helping them out when in need. You can also choose from a wide variety of outfits, accessories, and more to switch up your look and express yourself. And back at your home base, you can actually build and decorate with everyday objects. So for example, something like a milk carton becomes an entire house, or a teacup can turn into a bustling cafe. Spice jars can transform into tiny shops. You're really seeing this world from an all-new perspective. You will start out by building on a desk, But then you can expand your creations across windowsills, cabinets, or even inside a vibrant living vivarium. What's more is that if you do grow close enough to the various minis, you can invite them to move to your town as long as you build them a space that they'll love. And then you can live alongside each other. Well, it seems that there will be lots to do at home. You can also venture out to explore vibrant landscapes from, again, this new perspective, like houseplant forests, the depths of a forgotten well, and awe-inspiring corners of your home. From this tiny size, resource gathering will also operate differently, where sunlight, raindrops, gentle breezes, and even forgotten scents become precious materials, alongside coins, buttons, and other small wonders. It does seem that you can play on your own or with friends in multiplayer, and although we've only seen early glimpses at gameplay and so much of what the game will have to offer is still a mystery, there does appear to be so much to do and enjoy, where I could see myself spending hundreds of hours in this game if it ultimately lives up to expectations. I cannot wait to get my hands on the gameplay hopefully soon to see if it will be just as amazing as it looks, because this game could be the one. And hopefully it really will release sometime this year for PC via Steam and Epic, along with the Nintendo Switch 2, and very excitingly, PlayStation 5. Then at number 2 is Star Sand Island, a life simulation game where you can enjoy slow-paced days, living in harmony with nature, and creating your own path. In this title, you actually get to choose from a number of different professions, from farming and ranching to fishing, adventuring, and more. And again, you get to play your way, so you can choose to spend most of your time building your homestead, cultivating tropical fruits and vegetables, raising adorable animals, and designing your perfect home with the game's building system, which for someone like me does look a little overwhelming, but I mean that as a compliment because it looks very detailed and very promising. On the other hand, you can venture out to explore the picturesque island, to visit the local shops and services, get to know the townsfolk, and see what you can discover. There are many classic and unique mounts to collect and choose from, so you'll always be getting around in style. And if romance is written in the stars for you, you can pursue a new relationship. However, forging friendships is also possible if you prefer something platonic, involving special quests and daily interactions. If you're feeling up for adventure, you can delve into the mystic ruins to uncover rare treasures and face off against bizarre creatures. Or if you just prefer to relax, then there's plenty of opportunities for just that, with tons of furniture interactions, activities, minigames, and more. You can also adopt adorable stray animals, including cats, dogs, squirrels, and capybaras. And there are treasure chests all around the world to discover extra loot, which is one of my favorite features, because I'm a bit of a loot goblin. There will also be amazing features like customizing your very own houseboat, multiplayer gameplay, and more to look forward to. Again, this is just scratching the surface of what the game is said to offer, but I can definitely vouch for the fact that the team is putting amazing attention to detail, including so many of those wishlist features into this game, based on my extensive experience with the alpha, beta, and demos. And luckily, we don't have to wait long to play the full game because Star Sand Island is releasing on February 1st for PC via Steam, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Nintendo Switch 2, with the release for the original Switch likely coming later on. And finally, coming in at number 1 as the cherry on top of today's list is Witchbrook, a spellbinding, witchy life sim where you start your life as a student of Witchbrook College and Mossport's newest resident. I've been regularly covering Witchbrook on the channel ever since the team debuted their official trailer last year, and will continue to do so until the release and beyond. So anything and everything Witchbrook, be sure to check out my dedicated playlist for the game, because there's so much information they've shared with us, lots of content for you to catch up on. In this title, you'll get to develop your magical abilities by attending classes, completing assignments, and expanding your knowledge to help you ace your exams. But you'll also use all that you learn in your studies to help out the local residents. This includes magical arts, potion brewing, rituals, consulting the stars, and more. And as you progress through the academic year, so does life around Mossport. And it will evolve through the 4 seasons, featuring festivals, transformed environments, new resident routines, and more. You can opt to create lifelong friendships with your fellow coven mates, or perhaps even romantic relationships if you so choose. You can customize your character, collect tons of clothing options and accessories to switch up your look, and even renovate your own cozy woodland cottage, transforming the surrounding garden into a thriving habitat for plants and wildlife. Plus, as you settle into your new life, you can use your newfound resources to start a business, helping locals and partnering with shops to continue funding your studies. There's also plenty to do outside of class, apart from the odd jobs you might choose to take on, including shopping, selling crafts at the Sunday market, chasing high scores at the local arcade, documenting the town through your camera lens, or picking out the perfect gift for a romantic date. Plus, all of this and more can be experienced with up to 4 total players in online co-op, so race brooms, brew potions, or just grab a cup of coffee and hang out together. Witchbrook is releasing sometime this year for PC via Steam, Xbox Series X and S, including Game Pass, and the Nintendo Switch 1 and 2, and the game was delayed from an initial winter 2025 release to ensure a polished, immersive experience that lives up to player expectations, so I do feel fairly confident that the game will ultimately meet that target of releasing this year. This game seems like such a dream for me, so I cannot wait for Witchbrook. Now, I also have a couple of honorable mentions that I wanted to share, which includes 2 titles that are leaving early access this year and entering into 1.0. The first is Cozy Caravan, an adorable exploration-focused game that's super relaxing and laid back, where you get to create your own adorable animal character and travel around the map from the comfort of your caravan home. You'll encounter a ton of lovely residents who might need a helping hand and collect the currency of love and kindness along the way. You can also use resources that you've gathered or are given to create products to sell at the weekend markets. And yes, you can customize your caravan. Cozy Caravan is releasing into 1.0 for PC via Steam and on the Nintendo Switch on January 8th, so just around the corner. The other cozy game that I am highly anticipating this year is the full release of Fields of Mystria. This Sailor Moon-inspired life and farming sim is so adorable and has so much to offer in terms of content, personality, and quality of life. You've got character customization, farming, fishing, mining, crafting, ranching, including the ability to breed rare color variants of animals like strawberry cows. You've got magical abilities, seasons, festivals, quests, romance, and much, much more. This game is actually so good that I stopped playing it in early access because I've been down the early access path before and experienced burnout from playing too much of a game before it reached its full release. So I've been anxiously anticipating and counting down until Fields of Mystria's full release so I can experience all that it has to offer once and for all. While we don't have a specific date for 1.0 just yet, it is slated for this year, so hopefully the wait will be over soon. Well, there you have it, friends. Those were my most highly anticipated cozy game releases for 2026, along with some honorable mentions. But honestly, it was pretty tough to narrow down the full lineup this year because there are so many promising upcoming releases. So again, please make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on discovering your next favorite game. If you're curious to learn more about any of these titles, I have additional content on almost all of them on my channel, so please be sure to check the description and relevant playlists so we can get even more excited together. Be sure to let me know down in the comments which cozy game releases you're most excited for in 2026. Anything and everything, you know I always love hearing from you. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and until next time, take care.